Hello, my name is Playing7 and welcome back to... I'm too used to saying welcome back to. Welcome to Battlefleet Gothic Armada. And no, I'm totally not doing this because the second one is, there's news about it, but, kind of yes, but I've also been enjoying this, so I've gone back to it and I've been enjoying it more, so I figured I'm doing okay-ish, balancing, you know, the tank, crew, and then the other IL2, so why not do it with strategy stuff on the Wednesdays? Flip Darkest Dungeon and Battlefleet Gothic back and forth. Nothing could ever go wrong with adding more things to try to remember which did where to my plate. Nothing can ever go wrong, and I totally won't get any crews killed. So might as well just jump straight in. New campaign. Iron Man, of course. Although that will cause problems if the game decides to crash, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And we'll go normal. Normal difficulty, no heroic, nothing like that. Nothing crazy. I'm not that crazy. I think I could actually play on heroic difficulty.
For 10,000 years, the Imperium of Man has endured under the rule of the immortal Emperor. The worlds of man are scattered across the galaxy, threatened by savage aliens, heretics who defy the Emperor's will, and horrors lurking upon forgotten worlds. It is a time of endless war, selfless heroism, and blackest infamy.
I see fortresses in the stars. A circle of 6, but they sleep yet and must be awakened. Ride upon the storms of chaos. Gather your rivals around you. End discord and terror throughout 1,000 worlds. Abaddon the Despoiler, War Master of Chaos. You speak in meaningless riddles. What are the fortresses in the stars? Answer me or die now! Stop this foolishness. I have consorted with creatures far more powerful than you. Speak, crone, but I will remember your insolence. Seek the hand of darkness. Take the eye of night. With these, the citadels will be yours to command. A chorus of 1 billion throats will cry your name in fear and hatred. The stars themselves will run red with blood. If you have the courage for it. War Master.
Nice subtle and
Captain Spire,
commentary.
Datalog Alpha. Battlefleet Command has lost contact with Orbital Station Aleph in the Naxos system. I'm on my way to investigate.
Sir, we're approaching the location of Orbital Station Aleph.
Captain, the station is surrounded by an asteroid field. I have calculated the best approach for us to pass through it safely.
And welcome into the on-rails tutorial. I decided to keep the
At your
tutorial
command.
on because there is a little bit of lore stuff. Yeah, smooth the camera.
Orders received.
Go here. Simple tutorial stuff. Quite simple. And rotation, middle mouse button. I do gotta admit the game is quite nice looking. That also helps it out a little bit.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, move here. Extra fields are dangerous, they'll damage your ship. Unless you have a special shield type upgrade. Even then, that's such a
There's
rare
an
thing.
active minefield directly ahead, Captain. We must maneuver quickly, or it is likely the ship will be damaged.
All available power to the plasma thrusters. We're going to execute a high-energy turn.
Nice how
Acquiring new
short
vector.
range that is. Ooh, don't swing your tail in. That was a nice old close one.
High energy turn successful, Captain. The thrusters are already recharging.
As I was saying, that's such a...
Resume our course to the orbital station.
As I was saying, that's such a unique thing because the maps are randomly generated most of the times, and there's not always asteroid fields to take advantage of. So, not too much point in having that upgrade too much, I find.
Captain, our auger arrays indicate that the orbital station is heavily damaged. I suggest we move in closer to discover what happened here.
Well, I know what happened,
Yes,
but
Admiral.
I'll feign in interest.
Setting course.
Of course, the captain
We
wouldn't.
can reach the station faster by pushing the engine status to all ahead full.
Yes, basically double your speed, but you use up this, the combustion gauge, which
Engines
is
to
your
maximum.
high energy turns and all that, both run off the combustion gauge. And of course, it also reveals you, so you don't always want to be doing this until battle has been joined. Unless you have the special thrusters, which then that makes a bit more sense. Although you don't want to drain it fully because then it takes longer to recharge than if you just, I don't know, stop it right about there.
Cruising speed set.
It takes longer to do it because now I can, if I need to do a quick burst, I can still do a quick burst. But I don't have to wait for it to fully recharge, which you do if you drain it fully. And then there's a nice little defense turret, which is an ally.
It seems like the station has been attacked recently. The enemy may still be lurking around.
Sir, I recommend dispatching some of the ship's armsmen to board orbital station Aleph and report on what they find.
Good idea,
Ship ready.
Commissar.
Boarding parties underway, Captain.
We're seeing several weapon impacts and signs of explosions on the bulkheads. We found the command center, sir. This place is a mess. It's full of bodies. The station's command crew. They're all dead.
Act cautiously, Sergeant. I have a bad feeling about this.
Sir, we found a survivor. Sir, the station is a trap. We're under attack by traitor forces.
Captain, a defense platform on the station has activated and is targeting our vessel. Broadside macro cannons ready to fire on your order, sir.
Fire it will. Interestingly enough, though, you have more guns on these little tiny light cruisers than you do per section of macro cannons on the larger ones. Don't know why, but it's a thing that happens that you have. Not entirely sure why, though, but I won't question it too much because then the Mechanicus might deem it heretical if I do.
Turn.
And I don't want to be turned into a
Target
servitor.
destroyed, Captain. We blew it to pieces. Your orders?
Sir, I'm picking up some strange signals in the nearby gas cloud.
Yep, and there's the
Sir,
demonstration
the
of glass.
signals, they're iconoclast destroyers.
Chaos ships. This sector is a long way from the Eye of Terror. What could they be after here?
Whatever their reasons, Captain, these heretics must be destroyed at once.
Captain, consulting the ship's cogitators and machine spirit can help guide you in making tactical decisions in battle.
Yes, that is the
Activating tactical cogitators.
allows you to do things a little bit quicker
Acquiring new vector.
and not have to rush too much.
Master Gunner, we need to direct additional power to the targeting cogitators to increase our weaponry's accuracy.
Ship ready.
And then lock on, basically much more accurate fire. Then again, these are macro cannons. They aren't the most accurate, considering they drop off in accuracy quite rapidly after 6,000 yards. Swing her
Execute
around,
high energy turn.
bring the prow lance to bear.
For the Emperor.
Indeed, random
All ahead
voice.
full.
Not gonna try and go for a ram. We are gonna try and get a boarding off.
Targeting enemy vessel.
Almost could have had a ram, but decided against it. Oh, and he's dead. Did cause us some damage, but we killed him.
Well done, crew.
Captain, the auger arrays are reporting more enemy signals. Many more.
A gigantic Chaos fleet. There's no way we could survive fighting them head-on. Contact the High Command immediately.
Unable to do so, Captain. All communications are jammed. Captain, there may be a way for us to escape and warn Port Moore. We could risk an emergency warp jump.
It's risky to engage the warp engines this close to the star's gravitational field. But the Chaos Fleet has us boxed in. Sir, we don't have any other options.
Right? Do the warp jump.
Oh, eternal God Emperor.
What are these? Marauders. There's a Hellbringer light cruiser, Hades battle cruiser, and the Despoiler battleship. Which, for story reasons, didn't kill us. And we were victorious by jumping away. It's something that generally doesn't happen inside the Imperium. In fact, I'm surprised the Commissar didn't try to execute us for cowardice. But, you know, he was also on the ship, so maybe he thought of his own skin a little bit as well. So, there is that. Alright, continue. As soon as it loads. It's a nice little port there, Port Mala.
If what you say is true, Captain Spire, a vast Chaos fleet is massing for attack. Inquisitor Horst, are you sure of this man?
Maybe we should consider someone else.
Isn't this captain from a planet that rebelled against the Emperor's will?
Enough! His faith will be tested thoroughly.
Love the Emperor, for he is the salvation of mankind. Obey his words, for he will lead you to the light of the future. Honor his servants, for they speak in his voice. Tremble before his majesty, for we all walk in his immortal shadow.
Let us begin.
I don't want to know what they're doing inside that chamber. I really don't.
We needed to be certain. The enemy we face is no ordinary foe.
I understand.
You are to be promoted to the rank of Admiral and given command of a fleet.
I will not fail you, Inquisitor.
There is much to do and little time, Admiral Spire. I fear a storm coming to the Gothic sector. One we are not yet prepared to face.
The Gothic sector is beginning to turn away from the Emperor's light. Treachery, sedition, and heresy have broken out like a plague upon our worlds. Admiral Spire, your new rank entitles you to command a small war fleet of Imperial Navy ships. It is your task to ensure the citizens of the Imperium remain safe and loyal.
That's a good thing. Seditions. Imperial soldiers gone rogue will try to take systems from you. These traitors are not part of any threat, but lost systems will give you penalties depending on the system's type nonetheless. Each turn, some worlds may become seditious. And hold the Gothic sector. Across the void and into space, enemies of Imperium are legion, lurking and awaiting an opportunity to strike at its planets and territories. Every sector must be held by local fleets in order to defend the Emperor's systems and loyal subjects. Each world has its own benefits. Try not to lose them to anyone. If you lose more than 50 systems, the Gothic sector will be lost and you'll lose the game. That's basically the losing the mechanic. And then, if this wasn't a tutorial thing, or the very beginning, if this is later on, I would happily lose this world in order to defend somewhere else. Because it's an archery world. It does... If you lose one, you do lose a little bit more renown, but it's better than losing an Imperial Bastion. Or something like Port Maw, with the Omnisci temples, and the Inquisition, and a space station in an algae world, or a forge world, or a Scola Progmatum, you know, or a portal world, which reduces the chance of opponent's deployment. So I'd
Your
happily
first
lose.
assignment is to put an end to the unrest and rebellion threatening a nearby system.
Very good. And Test of Faith, Defender. So yeah, I would happily lose this world if this was later on in the campaign. I would happily pass up this world for the chance to defend a more valuable one.
This interface helps you prepare your fleet for the next mission. At the
Indeed.
head of every fleet is the flagship. You must select one of your vessels as the flagship for each assignment. Choose your Dauntless Light Cruiser as the flagship for this first operation.
I like the name of it, the Anger of Defiance.
You have another captain assigned to your command. This captain commands a Dauntless Light Cruiser and will assist you for the duration of the mission. Add his ship to your fleet.
And then the Pride of Purity. Like, some of these random names, it's like, who are we defying? Who's Avenger? It's odd random generated names.
Smaller ships of the escort class can provide fire support or scout for the enemy. The Firestorm frigates are a good choice for this assignment.
Indeed. So yeah, some of the random generated names are quite good, but then again, random name generators generally do come up with some quite good names sometimes.
Once your fleet is prepared to engage the enemy, you should set course for the target system at once.
Alright, and then ready. Many.
Admiral, the fleet has reached the last known position of the heretic ships.
Many possible screenshots in this game, just because these all these
stand. How shall we deploy our flagship?
all these cinematic cameras. There's one asteroid field, but this is one of those predetermined maps.
Now you must select how you wish to deploy remaining ships of the line.
Alright, Dauntless Mark II.
Now that your cruisers are deployed, you must next determine where to place the Firestorm escort vessels.
You mean singular Firestorm escort vessel.
Your new promotion has placed you in command of the entire fleet, Admiral. That means you can order your captains to adopt engagement modes during the battle. These engagement modes define how your captains act in battle. You can change the engagement modes at any time.
Admiral, the Firestorm escort ships have powerful prow weapons. I would advise setting these ships to a frontal attack. A good understanding of each ship's weapons is the best way to know which engagement mode to use.
Thank you, Master Gunner.
The macro cannons on our ships are most effective when fired at short range.
Now that we've deployed the fleet, it is time to root out these rebellious traitors.
Not quite. Oh, I can't actually set them.
All ships
Like a
coordinate
tutorial.
your movements. We will advance as one group at the same speed. We will set course for a gas cloud and use it to ambush the rebel ships. Once our ships enter the gas cloud, it should mask our fleet's emissions.
Orders received!
Now can I... Nope. Still in tutorial mode, so I can't do things I would like to do, which is to set these to auto go. That way I don't have to go, oh, he's low on health. Tell him to do repair. No, which makes life much easier for me.
Yes, Admiral.
I do like how these Firestorm frigates look. I wonder, is there a hide button? I should put like that on because it's actually a lot larger than I thought it was. But we'll leave it up for the moment. There we go. We're in. Frigate's in. Just gotta wait for the last light cruiser to enter. Come on then.
The gas cloud conceals our fleet, sir. We're invisible to the enemy ships.
Excellent. The trap is set. Now we wait for our prey.
Sir, I've detected an enemy vessel. Shall I engage?
Wait until you have identified your target, Captain.
I have a probe ready to launch, Admiral. That ought to tell us what we're looking at.
Very well, Captain. Launch the probe.
Alright, there we go.
Choose where you want the probe to go. The probe will identify any nearby signals.
Here we go. Tutorial mode. Although you could technically launch the probe and not get the tutorial thing, because I have had that happen before.
Your orders?
You have the torpedoes.
Changing course.
Right.
Understood.
About there.
Confirmed. That ship belongs to the traitorous rebels.
Now that we have identified the ship, our weapons cogitators can automatically target the enemy vessel.
Indeed.
All ships, attack the enemy vessel.
That's what I'm doing. 1 hit.
So,
2 hits.
Admiral Spire, did Ravensburg send you to bring us to heel? There are other powers in the galaxy besides the Imperium, Admiral. They can reward you for your skill and your devotion.
No.
Awaiting orders.
4 seconds, 3.
Activating tactical cogitators.
And loose.
Resuming normal functions.
Gotta aim ahead. Have 1 shot down by point defense. The rest are
At
good.
your command. The enemy's void shields are down. Sir, I suggest that we concentrate fire on their plasma generator.
Yep.
Targeting the plasma generator drains the ship's power. They'll have difficulty using their warp engines. Critical damage to the enemy ship, sir. Their void shield capacitors are destroyed.
Indeed. Although there is going to be a scripted detonation soon. Well, one that's
Yes, Admiral.
probably scripted. Soonish, maybe. At some point.
Ship ready.
Now, all but 1 got shot down. There's a fire on board. Reporting failure. Reporting failure. Oh, that's the one with the Nova cannon, I think. Yes, it is.
At your
And
command.
that's actually quite good that we're up close. Because that Nova cannon can't fire within 6,000. So that's actually quite good. You're just running around in circles because you're too close to use your Prow Lance. Unless you're gonna ram him.
The enemy ship has activated its warp engines and is attempting to disengage.
I have a strike team of Navy armsmen ready to sabotage the enemy's warp engines. We must act quickly and use the ship's teleportarium to launch the attack.
Indeed.
Awaiting orders.
Fool! Your faith in the Emperor is as false as your courage.
Silence this heresy. Fire all weapons.
Roger that.
Firing new vector.
There we go. 1 shot down. 2, maybe 3
We should
detonations.
keep our distance from the enemy ship, sir. It will soon explode.
Just keep firing. Plasma engine surge.
This is a battle we cannot win.
Give Noe
taking
1
my
up.
ship out of this mess.
The scripted event triggered after we
All
won.
ships, you fought with valor this day. and proven yourselves worthy of the Imperial Navy.
Wonder how
Set
that's
course
gonna
to
go.
leave the system. I must report our victory to Lord Admiral Ravensburg.
It looks like the
Admiral,
game's gonna
he is
handle it.
activating.
Yep, the game's gonna maybe handle it. Because, see, there's a scripted event there where your other captain tries to jump away. And then you have to kill him for mutiny. Except that didn't trigger because we won before the event triggered. It's quite nice when you win before an event fires and then you don't have the penalty for mutiny in the battle. Which is nice.
You've exceeded my expectations, Admiral. However, other seditious forces are making themselves known in the Gothic sector. I would like you to meet Fabricator Cambrius. He is in charge of the Adeptus Mechanicus shipyards at Port Moore.
Admiral, you and your fleet can repair and upgrade your vessels at Port Moore. By the Omnissiah, my tech priests stand ready to assist you. Your current rank allows you access to the most common classes of vessel. As you grow in renown throughout the Gothic sector, larger classifications of ships will become available.
Indeed.
Follow me, Admiral Spire. I wish to show you the sacred shipyards of Port Moore.
Alright. Got a Port Moore Station. I was going to go there anyway because we got renown to spend. And probably either a cruiser or a light cruiser to unlock. I forget when you get the light cruiser. No, it's the cruiser. We got a cruiser. Which is nice.
Port Moore is the largest and most sophisticated harbor in the Segmentum. Here, you can see what services are available to you at your current rank, experience, and renown. There are several shipyards in operation at Port Moore. Follow me, Admiral, and I will lead you to the docking bay. It is time to show you what my shipyard can provide to meet the needs of your fleet.
Indeed. So, the Avenger of Defiance.
This panel displays the statistics of an individual vessel. Using this interface, you can see your ship's standard characteristics. The weapons of your ship are also displayed here. Pay close attention to the weapons information displayed here in order to better understand your ship's capabilities.
Yep,
this
these are
panel
important.
displays the general attributes of your ship. Select the crew management panel to see more.
So, standard traits for Imperial Navy, some of them. Loyal. This crew of this ship can, under specific events, try to be insubordinate. And can't be insubordinate if the warp trip is on cooldown, which is on cooldown for the first 3 minutes, I believe. It's Imperial maneuvers, standard engines, no special stuff, which is something that the Orcs and the Eldar have. They have special stuff. And Imperial accuracy. So, macro weapons, as I was saying, 3k units, it's 80% accurate. 6k drops about 20%. 9k drops another 20%. And 12k, which you're not really going to get unless you're using plasma weapons with a specific upgrade, is at 20% accuracy. Which isn't good. You're going to miss more shots than you fire. Which is not good. Because there's a nice old reload time. So,
Admiral,
crew.
This is the crew of your ship. Every vessel has a particular captain and a specific set of crew. By focusing your attention on an individual crew member, the crew can improve their skills and benefit your ship in many different ways. The captain of this ship has earned a promotion. This grants you access to better quality crew. You should start by improving the skills of your navigator. He will then be better able to guide your ship through the tides of the warp.
Yes, this is in case you have to jump out of a battle.
In addition, reconditioning will reset your crew abilities. Now, take a look at the ship's upgrades. You can install a new module on the light cruiser.
It's basically if you're forced to emergency warp jump out of a battle, unprepared effectively, there's a chance that your ship in particular will become lost into warp for a turn or two, or more. So the higher the navigator is, the less chance of that happening.
Different
Upgrades.
systems on each ship can be improved with modules and upgrades. Such systems include engines, decks, and weaponry. These improvements are acquired by gaining renown during your missions. I have set aside an additional void shield for your ship. You can install it now to improve the ship's shield rating.
This is something I would have installed on most ships anyway. Adds 100 points of shields. Basically means it takes longer to get through the shields, although it does also mean that it takes longer to recharge the shields.
Well done, Admiral. Now, try installing a tech module on your ship.
Alright, and then
The
skills.
modules you can install improve different aspects of the ship. These aspects include defense, damage, control, support, recon, and maneuver. The number of modules that can be installed is limited by the ship's tonnage. Now, install the Shield Overload module. This will boost your shield's effectiveness for a short time during battle.
Indeed. Basically, for 10 seconds, becomes invulnerable.
I must return to my communion with the machine spirits. Admiral, you should return to the sector map for your next assignment.
I would, but I got a cruise. Well, I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna give you a navigator one as well, just in case we do have to retreat. And could give you Voss pattern void shield, 25% to block any damage, but there's some things it doesn't block. Sharp burn torpedoes, fire protection system, additional turrets, belt armor. Improved auger array, Imperial Assassin, enhanced battle bridge. There's lots of options, such as a targeting matrix, which does improve it a little bit, makes 9k a little bit more viable, and also makes 15k better than 10%, or actually better than 0%. Actually, no, that'd be at like 15% if it's improving it by 50%. It's odd. Additional tunnel to Petroleum, 1 additional assault action. That's better for a larger ship, which has more assault actions. Also combined with a Space Marine heraldry, which is something that comes in later. This is what I was talking about, navigation shields. Except there's not always asteroids, and you're not always going to be fighting near the asteroid, so it's a lot more situational. That's better for a cruiser to keep up with light cruisers. It does also deactivate special maneuvers on damage. We'll just stick with a normal shield. Get the cruiser slot. Now, choice. What do we get? Do we get a dictator, which is the ordnance launch base, with 2 macro batteries and prow heavy torpedo launcher? Or Gothic, which is 4 lance batteries, which don't actually have too many attacks. A Dominator, which is what we were fighting, which is 4 macro batteries with a Nova cannon. A Tyrant, which is plasma macro and macro. Plasma macro is less damage, same reload, but a longer range. I'm gonna think a lower critical, or lunar, which is 2 lance batteries, but do have the attribute accurate, which means they always hit. 12, 18. I was thinking about 12 with guaranteed hits. I'm actually gonna go with the Gothic. I haven't really gone for Gothic. Of course, it's less overall damage than a macro battery, but it's guaranteed to hit. And then we also have a ram on this one. Nice old big giant ram, just to add additional requests to get out of the way to your rammings. I get 100 points. Rally. That's actually a good one because it doesn't apply the insubordination penalty, which is something I don't want. I don't want insubordination penalties if they do decide to try and break. And Micro Warp Jump. That allows you to move a little bit better on the battlefield. Sure, we'll go with this. And to the Gothic sector.
The sector's High Strategic Council has met at Port Moore. The Council has a plan to secure the Gothic sector against these invaders, and you play a key role, Admiral. I will contact you soon to brief you on your next assignment.
Alright then. Next turn. 139 M41.
Our supply lines are being raided by Orc pirates. Several reports indicate that the Greenskins are harassing our forces, keeping them off balance. Admiral Spire, your orders are to escort an important Imperial convoy of equipment and food to Bladen. This world is suffering from the predations of the pirates, and millions will starve if these supplies don't reach their destination.
Orc invasion. Orcs have been detected in the sector. They will fight to take planets from you. Be aware that any system under their control will give you penalties depending on the system's type and make them more aggressive. Orcs have a moderate chance of attacking a system each turn. For each planet they control, they basically have more likely to launch an attack. It's basically a WOG, which basically gets, it's like a snowing, it's like if you roll a snowball that's made of fire and hatred down a hill made of fire and hatred that collects fire and hatred and war and bullets and strange contraptions that really shouldn't work but do somehow work, and you roll it down that hill and it just gathers it up and gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It just keeps on growing and growing and growing unless you nip it at the bud before you even roll it, before you even make it into a snowball. So we want to keep the orcs nipped at the bud as much as we can, lest they grow into that snowball that becomes an unstoppable WOG, which also isn't good because if you successfully defend against a WOG, it just makes them want to come back until you can't defend against the WOG. Okay, and then convoy, which is if the transports at least half the enemy transports to across the map. But I'm going to call the episode there. We've gotten our started. We've got our first cruiser, which is something we may or may not take, depending on the points. I've forgotten how many points are in this mission. And there is some, looks like we've lost a planet. Looks like there's some sedition in Port Maw. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.